All right, so after you install and activate the WPVS Premium Theme, obviously you're going to want to make a home page, maybe get some menus set up. So I'm just going to go through kind of the default setup for this theme. If your home page looks kind of like this, it looks broken or it's empty, don't worry, it's pretty quick to get something going here. The default setting actually comes with this left sidebar menu. I'll show you how you can change the menu on that or disable it completely if you need. So once your theme has been activated, you actually want to go to the editor because this is a block theme. If you're not familiar with block themes, there's lots of tutorials on YouTube. I would go check some of those out. It's pretty powerful once you get to know how to use it. You can customize colors, full page layouts, all that good stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is just going to go to templates. Just click on any of these. I want to get that header fixed. So the default header, you just click on there and then say edit. This is where you're going to edit your menu. Now, in the editor, this sidebar that we looked at is actually going to show up horizontally, and that's just to simplify building in here because trying to do it this way is just a little bit of a pain. So I'm just going to change this to movies. Just link it to videos. I'm going to add another one called TV shows. And I'll just make an account page. Again, you can do what you want here. I'm just going to do that for now. Seems to be a background here. I'm just leave that for now. I'll refresh this. Now I have my new menu. Next, we will add a little logo here. So that is on the left side here, there is a site logo. Say choose logo. And I have just a example logo here that I'm going to use. Select a few different settings over here if you want. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Press save. Refresh this page. And there's your logo. Now this side menu will automatically collapse on smaller screen sizes and just become a mobile menu. As we've done that, we're actually going to go back to the home page. I'm just going to set something up here. So find your front home page, click edit. I'm going to delete all of this. This is from an old theme. And we're just going to make a really simple home page for this, just to give you some examples of what you can do. So I'm going to add a cover block. This is just basically a large background image, text over top. Just give this a title. Just add some random text here. Add some buttons. Okay, and then I'm just going to give this some padding. And give it a minimum height, v height, let's do 75. And then let me save that. Just load the front page here. You'll notice that this is centered and I'm kind of wanting it on this left side more. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add all of this within another group block. I'm going to turn off the inner blocks use content width on the cover. I'm going to do the same within this group. Sorry, I'm actually going to leave that one on, and I'm going to make this 650 pixels and justify the content left. Let's save. And now you'll see that this content actually floats off to the left here with a maximum width. So you can style that how you want. Make this text a little bit larger. That's good for now. So below this, I'm going to add another group block. Let's add a heading. Say action adventure. And now I'm going to add a WPVS thumbnail slider block. Any of our blocks are typically labeled WPVS. So if you're ever looking for one, just start searching for that. If you can't find it, come over here on the top left corner to the block inserter, and you can actually search them in here as well. So we're going to use one of these. Close that for now. And you'll notice that you get kind of a blank block section here. And that is because this thumbnail slider, it actually uses the block layout inside of it for each thumbnail. So as a starting point, you want to add a block and look for the WPVS thumbnail. There's basically a default pattern that we have in our theme. You want to click that. We're going to go here to the thumbnail slider block, and on the right side you'll see you can choose genre, category, tag, actor, etc. So we're going to leave it on the genre category. It's asking for a term ID. So under your videos on the left side, if you go to genre categories, you'll see on the right side here it says term ID, and all you have to do is copy that, paste it into the term ID that you want to display. I'm going to leave this showing 6 thumbnails for now. Add padding, we don't need to do that right now. This group block, I'm actually going to turn off the use content width, just so it spans the whole content. I'm going to match the same padding as this so that they line up. I'm going to save that. Now if we go back to our home page and reload, you'll see that we're getting videos in the action adventure category display on this horizontal slider. Now, the maximum number of videos that's going to show in here is actually in the WPVS settings. The default number you can change here, it's 24. There's actually only 15 videos in this category right now, so I'm not going to get all 24 videos, right? So back on the home page, what I'll do now is I'm actually going to duplicate this whole section. And actually, I'm going to give this some padding, and I'll give this one some padding as well. I'm going to change this to comedy. Click on the WPVS video thumbnail slider. I'm going to change this to 4 because I know the 4 category or term ID is for the comedy category, right? And then you'll notice that you can actually edit these image and text blocks just like you normally can. So what you can do is you can actually change the aspect ratio of these. So say you want a portrait style image instead of a landscape, you can just change this. Maybe I want the reviews above everything else, and maybe these titles for this section I want a little bit bigger, and I'll make this kind of this gold yellow color. I'll hit save changes. Now if I go back to the home page, you'll see that this comedy section has that design rather than this one, right? So I've got the ratings up top, I've got a larger gold yellow text, and the images are portrait. Obviously you can make custom images for these that will fit a little better, just so you can see what you can do. There's also, you can style these, right? You can give these border radius if you want to. Right, so now that ones have a border radius. And in a previous video, we actually added a kind of a payment options to the Rogue WP Payments plugin. So this is only applicable if you are restricting access to your video content and using the Rogue WP Payments plugin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another group block, and I'm going to look for that product option pattern that we built. I'm going to add a bunch of padding to this. Give it a background. Let's go. Now let's not go like that. Let's try this. There, that works. Hit save. Go back to the home page. And there's kind of our product selection. I mean, you could build this on any page really, but just as an example. And as you can see, I mean, once you've added videos, you know, and your images and stuff like that, you can build a home page pretty quickly, put something together. You can link these buttons up as you need. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.